Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Online Memory Afternoon, episode 69 from the Warm and Toasty Club. My name's John O'Casson. Good afternoon. Sun is in the sky. Oh, why would you want to be anywhere else? You're probably out doing good things in the sunshine. But if you're not, we're glad you're with us. Thanks for joining us. You know, we're here every Friday for your entertainment, for your interest. Hoping you're well, hoping you're good out there. How's your week been, everyone? Has you had a good week? Anything, lots to report? Do tell us on the comments. We've got an afternoon show for you over the next hour and a half or so. What have we got, Jono? I hear you ask it in your ear. No one's asking that. Well, I'll tell you what we've got. Our memory and theme of the week is dancing. Did you ever go out dancing? That must be a yes to most people. Not everyone, but most people. Where did you go out dancing? Were there particular dances you like to do? Dances, darling. Where did you go? What was it like? Who did you go with? That sort of thing. That'll be coming up on Memory of the Week. We've got the retro raffle. 2 questions, 2 virtual prizes. We've got Will Harris all the way from Cumbria, live and direct. Will Harris is in a band called My Little Brother. He played one of our showcases at Colchester Arts Centre a few years back with his colleague Dan. Will's here on his own today. He plays the piano and sings, and he's fantastic. I love what he does. I love what his band does. Very good people, very talented coming up. We've got a little video, some interesting facts about Skinny Boy Tunes. With our roving reporter. We've got kitchen utensil of the week. The big one, it's back. There's 2 big hitters coming up. Oh my Lord, I'm looking at the list now. I can't believe you're going to be getting this for entertainment. You are so lucky. We've got Jeanette's poem of the week, all that good stuff. Let me see if I can find my co-hosts. I can find one of them. That's one of them. That's the other coming up. Jeanette and Tom, are you there? Yes.
Hi, everyone. Yes.
The internet works. How are you?
I'm good. How's Tom?
Marvellous. Looking well. How are you, Tom?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. How are
What's
you?
What's been the highlight of the week for each of you?
I've been to a festival. I think highlight of the 2 weeks.
Was that technically last week, I thought?
Well, I didn't come back until Monday.
Ooh.
Does that count? That's this week. So
That's
I went on Thursday, came back Monday. Sorry, I couldn't. There was no Wi-Fi. I was in a field.
So we had quite a lot of you last week because we had videos and stuff, and people really were rating your work.
Oh, yeah, it was a little poem that I saw, and it really struck a chord with me because it was all about being a mom, and that's my favourite thing. So
yeah, you had the whole audience sweeping. Yeah, they were crying over it. Very emotional.
It's just really nice if somebody feels like that about you, or that you feel like that about somebody. Just that the feels. I got all the feels.
Nice. And Tom, yourself?
Yes, I'm fine. I haven't been to a festival, but I am going to a festival this evening.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I am going to the White Horse Folk Festival.
Oh, the White Hawk Folk Festival.
Near Wantage.
Near Wantage.
But where is Wantage?
Near Wantage.
I don't know where Wantage is.
I can't have heard of it, but it sounds nice.
You're making it up now. I know you are.
No. The other side of the country-ish.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
You get about you.
Where the white horse is painted on the side of the hill.
Oh, I was thinking of the White Horse pub. I wasn't thinking Edwardstone.
So was I. I thought Wantage is just down the road and it's some obscure sort of pub in Wantage. Have a good time.
Well, it depends on the doors, I think. So we're having the doors fitted.
Oh, your Doors. I'm thinking, what's he mean, the Doors? Is that a folk thing? Should I say anything?
The Doors, not really folk, is it? The Doors. It's like Doors tribute band are playing. I think.
Great organ. Great organ.
Great
Hi,
organs.
hi to Kim. Hi to Jan the Nan and Ellie. Good afternoon to both of you. Hope you're well. Hope you are too, Kim. Hi, Christine. She says, hi, my lovely free. Steve Brady in North Carolina, USA. Good morning to you, beautiful people, he says. Good morning, Steve. He's our newsletter engineer. Tom Hardy, who's on the screen, he's also saying hello because he likes to, get about. Guten Abend, lovely folk, says Duncan. Das ist ein Regler. That's all I remember. But good afternoon to you, Duncan. Jenny Lithgow says, hello, everyone. Well, hello, Jenny. How are you? Let's see how you do on the retro raffle today. We're expecting good things of you, Jenny. Our star pupil. Keith, KGB, says hello. Hi, Keith. Nice to see you. How are you all? You had a good week? Things going okay? Ellie says, lovely to see your faces and hear your voices. Ah, shame for you, really, Ellie, that you have to see our faces and hear our
This is the best you
voices.
can get.
Just the voices. Probably.
Yeah, this is, oh dear, poor thing.
Us with our faces for radio.
Yeah, exactly. We're podcast fodder, aren't we? Let's get on with it. Let's do the retro raffle. It's the retro raffle. It's coming to your screen. It's the retro raffle. Never has been seen. It's the retro raffle.
Your hair's so long, Jono.
It's coming to your screen. Oh yeah. It's
Come on, Tom, we can do that as well.
It's coming to your screen. You got yours up. Retro raffle, the Facebook Live. Yeah.
You missed that, Jono. Tom was just playing with his hair.
I'll do it again. Do it for the sexy boy. Look.
Oh, look at that. Who doesn't love a beard?
He's handsome though, isn't he?
Tom. Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean,
well, we're lucky to be on the same screen as him, Jono, really.
And he's looked like he looks like he's been training up a bit. You know what I mean? At home.
Yeah.
I think they're weights behind him. Yeah.
Show us your guns. Yeah, there we go.
Kiss the guns. Look at that.
Wow. Tom.
Oh, it's hot in here.
Oh, Mr. Darcy.
Or as I sing in winter, it's getting cold in here, so put on lots of clothes. It is getting so cold. I'm going to put some clothes on. No, I didn't do the summer version. Anyway, we need you to answer a question. We will give you 4 choices to this question. And as it's dancing week and we're discussing going out dancing, Dirty Barry's back and he's furnished us with a range of the latest footwear, which virtually you can win if you answer the correct prizes. First up is these ones, which he says are all the rage, all the fad at the moment. Kids and young people are going out in wearing these on the dance floor of Colchester and further afield. Maybe it's just a Colchester thing. I don't know. But if you can see them, you could wear the virtual chance of wearing those shoes if you answer this question correctly. Jeanette, what's your face saying? Jeanette, are you worrying me?
Jeanette used to have a pair of those. I think.
Well, yeah, very similar. I was just looking at them and thinking, we've got nothing to kind of look at the scale of them. We don't know how big they are or how small they are. I'm thinking they could be really small and fashioned out of a cork.
They could, you could, or they could be massive and you could have like a person standing next to them and still not reach the top of them. Yeah.
We need things for scale, don't we?
I'll have to do that next time. I'll have to.
They're not a great colour either. They're a bit insipid, aren't they?
Insipid.
Yeah, they're just
That's
not.
the word you don't hear much.
If it's not red, I'm not really interested, am I?
Do you always
red all with sparkles and glitter and sequins?
Do you tend to go for red dancing shoes then?
I've got the best pair of red boots ever. Yeah, I really like red. And I've got some red sandals.
Have they got a good platform on like those? Because they're all the rage.
No, they haven't got any platform. They're festivally stuff. In fact, all my red boots have got a heel, like a Cuban heel.
Cuban heels. Woo!
Danced in them before.
Yeah, get them out. Yeah, don't want those festive shoes just festering around.
Yeah, but those are something else, aren't they? I mean, I kind of vaguely remember platforms but they in the 70s.
They were, and they're back now. Apparently, says Dirty Barry,
Right.
and he said if you get caught short and you just want to do some sort of like some ideas things, you can actually pin or stick post-it notes on the side. Like if you have like a brainstorm or what's it, fault shower, as they started calling them.
Or if you want to walk on water, I'm guessing if they're cork, they'll float.
They'll float. Well, even if you can walk in the shallow end with them, can't you? Really, and you
Well,
still be nice and dry.
I'm going to I'm going out on a boat tomorrow, and I'm going to learn to do kayaking. And I'm thinking maybe I should have some of them just in case I fall overboard.
Yeah. I'll speak with Dirty Barry if maybe you can pop round later. He's probably got a yard full of them, knowing him.
Excellent.
If
Size
they're
5.5, please.
If they're really big, you could probably use them as a kayak. couldn't you?
Yes.
You can sit in
So
the
you've got
tin part.
strap. You can strap yourself in.
Yeah.
Steve says he wore a pair of those in high school. Wink, but not that lofty. I bet photographic evidence is probably required. Here's the question. What is a pirouette? Is it A, a spin on one foot with the other foot raised and touching the knee? Is it B, a spin on 2 feet? Is it C, a sideways leap with both legs outstretched? Or is it D, a type of cake? Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to keep very quiet.
Yes, I might, just especially because I haven't actually marked off what one's the right answer, but I think I remember. I normally mark them off on my script, but I'm having to look up ballet terms. A la seconde, one of 8 directions of the body. That's not that.
I was doing pliés this morning, having a little practice.
What was you? Cleo Lanes?
I was, I was doing Cleo lanes, pliés.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't know what that means. Tell us. Inform our uninformed ballet life is. Yeah,
I
go
can
on,
show you what.
Go
No,
on.
I'll just move my camera. I've got all my camping stuff behind me. Don't just bother.
We won't look at it. We won't look at it.
Yeah, I know.
Did you take that to your dancing lesson as well?
No, I didn't. I haven't had dance lesson. It's oh, you're not going to see very well. Right, I'll show my feet. So a plie is your feet are kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
Sticking outwards, so you can't see my feet.
What position is that then?
Well, I'm doing this in first position, and they're out like that, and then you stick your knees out over your toes that are all sticking that way, and
oh, I can't do that one. Oh no, I split my differential.
So yeah, it's that. It's where you have your feet sticking out, and then you bend your knees right down.
Oh, I've seen that one in a field at a festival, but that was where the people were relieving themselves.
What one? Lower the tone. It was being all beautiful ballet. And
I must get in practice for this weekend then.
Yes, you're off tonight, aren't you, to a festival?
Yeah.
Especially being a folk
I'm going to nip off now and try a few pliés.
I think they're called PAs.
PAs. I used to have one of them, followed me around, took notes. It was great. Right, where are we? Oh, the answers are coming in thick and fast. They're going, ay. Duncan says, I'm sold on those cork wedges. I've been doing some home brewing recently. Oh, yeah, you could cut down those wedges. You could cut down those wedges and have yourself some cork stops. There they are. The answer to what is a pirouette, of course, and thank you for Jeanette for a sideline of ballet moves. The right answer, of course, is A. You're right. A spin on one foot with the other foot raised and touching the knee. Well done. Those, what's Steve saying? Parapet. Okay. Moving on to the second one, you get another opportunity to virtually wear these shoes when you go out dancing. These ones apparently are back. They're back along with songs like Come On, Feel the Noise, Girls, Grab the Boys, I Get Wild, Wild, Wild. And Dirty Barry said you can loan them for a weekend period. So, Tom, they'd be all right for a folk festival, I'm sure.
Yeah, get through the mud, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be up above. You'll be up above the mud.
Imagine if they were caked in mud, they get bigger and bigger. You wouldn't be able to walk. That'd be so heavy.
they'd
I
be
do
like-
remember Gary Leach having a pair something like that. I wonder if he still has them. I
They
saw on
are
my
his.
phone that he was
They're his.
watching.
Yeah, he borrowed them to Dirty Barry. He was trying to rent them out. Here's the question. With a theme of talking about going out dancing, can you name 3 famous dancers, darling, from any time in the past? 3 famous dancers from any time in the past. Is that easy? Is that hard? I don't know. Karen says, hello, you threesome. Hello, Karen. How are you? We've just been doing ballet moves. Jeanette's our trainer. Well, I say we, me and Tom have just been watching.
Do you know what? The first 3 dancers that come in my head are all ballet dancers. I can't think why.
Why are we obsessed with it?
I am. So I'm missing it. It's end of term.
Oh, of course, yeah. Steve says, oh, they were my shoes in HS. Haha. HS.
HS.
I'm
What's
trying to
that?
work out
High
HS.
school. High school.
High
isn't it?
school.
High school. Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
he's American, isn't he?
He's
Is he
American, yeah.
American or has he moved to America?
No, I think he's always been American, as I understand it. He certainly
I'm
speaks
just thinking.
with a very good
if-
American voice, very nice voice.
All right, he's not putting on that accent; it's a real one. And I'm just thinking, when I'm out on my rover reporting thing,
Yeah.
can I go to America? Can the Warm and Toasty Club send me to America
Yes,
to
yes.
interview Steve Brady?
You can pay
That's
for
right,
go
Steve.
to America if you want.
Yeah, pay for your own trip.
Pay for your own trip on a.
I've never been to America.
No, I've always wanted to go to America. They've been kind to me in the past, and I always wanted to go. And set sort of like after the last 4 or 5 years, I wasn't sure I'd want to go, and then I want to go again now. And
Yeah,
I've got lots of maps. I've got lots of maps of different places in America, and I look at them and think, oh, I'd like to go there. I'd like to go there. Problem is,
I'd
I
like to
can't go
go.
anywhere very far. More than I can only go 20 minutes away from my house.
really? Are you tagged? The police got one of those things on on your ankle.
Yeah, you might not get to America then.
No, it's a back problem. It's a back problem. I can't unless if I walked, but then I can't walk far because of the old ME. So I'm trapped. If I go too far in the car, it hurts too much, and if I walk too far, I'm exhausted. So my limit is 20 minutes for everything. Don't get any ideas about. There's certain things I can go past 20 minutes, just in case you're wondering.
Martin Newell talked about going to America because he's getting a lot of sales in America, a lot of interest in his music and stuff. And he wanted someone to go to America with. And you know, I've kind of taken him to shows and things before. And the trouble is he doesn't fly. So he'd want me to go on a boat to America with him and back. And it's like, how much time do you think I have free that I could get a boat to America,
Old school.
chauffeur him about, and then come back again?
Go on the QE2.
Well, you know, if Martin Newell's paying, I'd consider it. But I just don't think I can spare 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh my lord. Let's see what people are saying. Jenny Lithgow, reinstated queen of the retro raffle scene, says 3 dances. That's right, but I was after. She said jive, rock and roll, and twist, but I was after dancers, darling. Dancers.
People that dance.
Yeah, people want to dance. Duncan says Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby, did he dance? Ba 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 ba.
He did.
I suppose he danced a little bit, did he? Is he famous for his dancing? Are we allowing that, Jeanette? Are you saying that's allowed?
I'm allowing that because I've definitely seen Bing Crosby dance.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Right, Rupert.
And it's Duncan Boone. He's always right.
Okay, so he's going Bing Crosby, Rudolph Valentino, me. Okay, we'll need
Right?
to.
Have you seen Duncan dance?
Yeah.
I've been in a band with him.
Can you call it dancing?
I would, yeah. He's hurt his knee at the moment. Don't be unkind. He's got a very damaged knee. He's not. I don't think he's even walking much, let alone dancing.
Ooh.
I'm a bit suspicious about Rudolph Valentino. Is he a dancer? I thought he was an actor.
No,
is he thinking of
Valentino
Rudolph
was a
Nureyev?
dancer.
Rudolph Nureyev is what I was thinking of earlier. He's
You're
definitely a
gonna
ballet dancer.
You're going to have to Google that.
I'll look on the Google.
to see whether Duncan's allowed, because this could go very wrong for him. Kim's going Wayne Sleep. He's better than Wayne Rooney at dancing. Darcy Bustle and Fred Astaire. Yep, that's
Brilliant.
popular.
Good answer.
Irene and Colin are going Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. We want 3, so we need one more, Irene. Keith's going Eric Morecambe, Ernie Wise, and Angela Rippon. Well, you
They
say
did.
that. It's a famous sketch. I mean, it's a bigly famous sketch. Jenny's going Margot Fontaine, Moira Shearer, and Nureyev. Unlike Jeanette, I thought Nureyev was a horse that won the Derby and the Oaks. Steve says his mum was from Portsmouth.
Ah,
Great. I knew there was a connection with England in some way. Steve used to do a radio show called Shot Pop, and he used to run that show and Just Good People, really great shows he used to do for years on American radio, internet, and different places, and I really enjoyed them. And he was very kind to me. He used to play lots of my songs. And America's always been quite nice to me. Don't know why. Karen says Fred Astaire, Lionel Blair, yes, and Bob Hope, yes. I mean, Bob did do a bit, probably with Bing Crosby. Was that right, Jeanette?
Yeah.
Because you're a lot older than us.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I was born in, was it 1937?
36, I think you'll
Or
find.
his late 20s.
No, I was going by what Tom spoke about before. Cheeky devil.
Steve says, let
Just thought it
Martin
was
take...
true, right?
Ah.
There's no cheek.
Steve Brady's going, let Martin take the boat. You fly and meet him in New York when he lands.
Oh, yeah, but he'll need someone to care for him on the boat. Stop him driving everybody mad.
Oh.
He might be put in the brig or something.
Yeah, he would.
There's lots of people getting the right answer. Christine's going Lionel Blair, Patrick Swayze, and Margot Fontaine. All good ones. Irene's added another one, rightly so, Anna Pavlova. Ta-da! I thought that was an afters, wasn't it? A Pavlova. Quite nice. All getting it
Have
right.
you considered that puddings and racehorses might possibly be named after ballet dancers?
Not really, no.
I hadn't
I'm
previously.
sure it's the other way around.
Nureyev and Pavlov.
Yeah.
It was the
They were
theme.
all originally, their parents saw the racehorses and decided to give them a name.
Yeah, racehorses, puddings, dancers. And Steve Brady finishes with Christopher Walken. Oh, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Jimmy Cagney. Yes, he was in, what was it? Oh, what was the film? Yankee Doodle Dandy. Why do I remember these things but can't remember my middle name or where I live? Fred Astaire. And that's right, Steve. All of those, you all get the chance to wear those beautiful high-heeled dancing shoes.
Platforms. I think they're called,
Platforms.
aren't they?
They were called platforms, and they are again. Here is the memory of the week.
Memory of the week.
So this week's memory of the week, as I mentioned earlier, if you were here from early doors, you will know the theme of the week and the memory of the week is whether you went out dancing. Do you have memories of going out dancing? Where did you go? What particular dances did you like or do? Who you went with? Now, Jeanette, you spoke about ballet, so we know you're more recently into dancing, darling.
Yes.
Did you go out dancing, disco-tising as a younger person?
I did. I used to go to the youth club on a Sunday, and it was connected to the Catholic Church in Colchester. And me and my cousin Jenny used to go, and a couple of other friends. And we used to go to church, to the evening mass, without our parents or anything. And then when everybody got up to walk to the front of the church to have their Holy Communion, we would get up, walk out to the back, ready to kind of go down the aisle, but we'd go the other way out the door. And then, because I was quite tall and she must have just looked older, and we'd go into the pub on the corner. I think it was called the Ship on East Hill, close to where you live, Tom. And we used to go in there and be able to buy a bottle of cider and stuff. So we'd have a little drink, and then we'd go back to the church when it had all finished. and go into I think it's in the crypt or the hall next door to the church, where they used to have discos and youth club and stuff. And we'd just go there and just kind of hang out a bit.
What sort of age was that, did you say?
3.
Mm. I think probably
you
about
10?
14.
Oh,
So
right.
it's a bit
Okay.
naughty.
That's all
But
right.
it was, I kind of remember the disco part of it. And I don't think I was ever very good at dancing, not freestyle. I'm kind of all right if somebody tells me what steps to have and what moves and what I've got to do. But when it's just disco dancing, I end up just kind of copying other people, but not very well. I'm a bit uncoordinated, shall we say.
Oh, that surprises me.
Really?
Yeah. I thought
Why?
you look like a great mover to me, darling.
Well,
Sweet
thank
up.
you very much. Thank you. But with ballet, I'm told what steps to do, and there's these sequences and there's names, as you know, pirouettes, pliés, and whatever. So I'm told what steps to do. So I'm all right with that. It was all right with disco things like the bump and kung fu fighting. There were set dances to do, and an ups upside your head. You'd have to sit down
Sit
and
down.
row.
Yeah.
So because there were moves that I didn't have to think about that.
God bless you. I'm the opposite. I like freestyling. No, if you tell me the moves, I'm never going to learn them. I'm just going to do my own thing. And very enjoyable. I found it. Loved it. Loved going out dancing when I was young. I lived to go out dancing, be free, and just forget all your woes of the weekend, working in the week. How about you, Tom? Were you a dancer?
No, not really.
Not at all.
Well, you'd go to a school disco, wouldn't you? I think that was about my limit. Yeah.
That was about it. Yeah, I can't imagine you big on doing dance moves.
No, not really.
Do you dance now, Tom? When you
I do,
go to
yeah.
things?
Yeah. Well, I quite like sort of Kayleys and Bells and things that I go to. So I do that quite well, not recently because of course we haven't been able to, but yes. Yeah, I do quite like a beret or two. Yeah.
How'd you do a beret dance?
It's really easy. That's why I quite like it. Basically, you just have a partner and go backwards and forwards quite a lot.
Oh, I know the sort of thing. I have it in my
There's a
mind.
step in ballet called pas de bourrée.
Mm.
That's quite a bit more
You
complicated.
and your
than
blooming
that.
ballet. We've
There
done
are-
ballet. We're
yeah.
moving on.
There are some quite interesting berets. There are quite a lot of different berets, so you know.
I like that one where they go bourré bourré ce soir bourré bourré chez la trois. That's one of
Oh,
my
you just
that
don't know
one.
what you're saying.
No, I didn't really.
go sister, boulay boulay, and especially when Patty Boulay did it. She was great at it.
Patty
Boulay la
Bourré.
la la. Sorry, Tom.
Patty Bourré.
Yeah, Patty Bourré. Sorry, I was mispronouncing it. Sorry, you purists out there. Let's see what people said. Where did you go dancing? The shoes, Jenny, have been booked. Whilst I was talking, I was also under my undergarments. I was doing some moves, and I was able to reach Dirty Harry that way. We have a connection, and I've booked the shoes for Saturday
It's a
night
quick shuffle.
via my shuffle in my
Yes.
under regions. Sorry, it's so
Pas de deux.
sordid, but you know, we've got a psychic energy, and then we're able to connect that way. Sorry, Tom, what was that?
Pas de deux, I think.
Part of the yeah, yeah, part of the part of the and a bourrée. I'm learning all new words today. Club de Dance with my school friend. Was that Colchester Club? Because it rings a bell. Club de Dance. I like the name. That's a great club, isn't it? Bit before your time, Jeanette. Do you know that one? Tom didn't go out dancing if it weren't bourrée.
Club de dance? No, never
No.
heard of that.
I've heard the one Christine says, because I think it's a Chinese restaurant. She says, I went to Embassy Suite. That's where I met Brian J. Jackson, her husband.
Oh, I think it's
Oh,
now called
lovely.
the Embassy Sweet and Sour.
No, it ain't. It's just the Embassy Suite. You're just playing on words.
Chinese now.
Well done. Well
They
done.
should have called it the Embassy Sweet and Sour. shouldn't
Yeah.
I think they should have done. Yeah.
Because it's got that
Or the
bit.
Chinese embassy.
they?
I'm making myself laugh here.
There's no stopping her today.
You're on fire. Have you had a lot of the coffees again today? Have you?
I haven't. I need a cup of coffee and I need some lunch.
That huge coffee that you had.
That huge coffee. Yeah, that last time you was on when you drank all those coffees. Do you remember? And you couldn't get up. That was brilliant.
That bucket.
What did you say, Tom? You didn't swear, did you?
I just heard that wrong too.
I had that wrong.
I did
Anyway,
wrong.
we'll move
It's
on.
just your filthy minds. isn't it?
Filthy mind. Kim says all my family used to go to the brewery club. Every Saturday would be a live band that we would be dancing to all night long. One night, one dance we would always do is the slosh. That's where I met Ken DeLu, her husband. Wow.
Well, I-
Sloshing
I-
about. What's
Yeah.
a slosh?
What's the
I
slosh?
found out something about Ken that
Yeah.
he used to work at a brewery.
Oh, did he?
He did, and so did Kim, I think, for a while.
Ah, well, the way Ken lugs Marie's gear about when he comes along as her
Yeah.
roadie, I'm not surprised.
Lifted a few
He's lifted a few.
tasks or two.
Yeah, he's in his time. Karen says, yes, I went to J. Arthur's, Kings Road, Chelsea, Stringfellows, and the Chelsea drugstore, and a local club in Ealing called the Checkers, where I used to live. Great times in the 70s and many more discotheques, lol. And Jenny's one was in Colchester. What was it? Club Dance.
Club to dance.
Yes,
Right.
Colchester, where the
Andromeda.
Andromeda was now. I'm not sure where that is, but other people like Jeanette and Tom know.
You do.
Keith says, I won a dad's dance competition for my children because I look like a Thunderbird puppet, apparently.
Is he doing robot dancing?
Yeah, he was flashing his best moves and he won the competition. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, places we used to go. We used to go to a place called the Tuesday Club with Gary Crowley, and it was in Harrow on the Hill, and we used to drive down there every week. Loved it. It's really young and sort of like free and innocent. Ah, those years. The Mud Club, the Wag Club.
Oh, I used to get to them when I was older. Me
Oh,
and
did
Gary
you?
used to drive to London. The
Yeah,
Wag Club and the Mud
the Wag
Club. And
Club, Whiskey a Go
yeah,
Go.
proper trendy stuff.
Yeah, well, it was
And the Fridge in Brixton.
Fridge
Did you
in
ever go to the
Brixton.
Fridge?
I went there, but I didn't go there a lot because mine was more West End.
Yeah.
The Wag, Winston on the Door, Blue Rondo, a la Turk, Sade and Robert Elms and people like that were there.
Did you go to the Limelight?
The Limelight, yeah, Astoria. We
Yeah.
played the Astoria in my band. That was great. Played there one night with the Farm. On together now. Yeah, it's good days. Good days. And we used to walk home from a lot of places. We'd dance all night and then walk home. We walked home from a place, Southgate, was it? Or like Tottenham and different places. It's lived in Hackney and it's like miles and miles away.
Long way.
Long way, yeah. Walked home from the West End to sort of inner London as
Yeah.
well in them days. Duncan says, I used to love going to Colchester Arts Centre to the Acid Jazz Night. That's outrageous. I think it means the Arts Centre. I read that out without thinking. Sorry, Arts Centre. Christine said, I used to do salsa dancing, had to give up because I got osteoporosis. Oh, Christine,
Aw.
bless you.
I remember seeing Christine and Brian dancing in
Oh,
our
yeah.
house at one of the Warmatesi. Oh,
That was
it's
lovely. That was
Yeah,
lovely.
Brian's a real mover as well for rock
Brian's
and
a
roll,
mover,
isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Brian. Yeah, he can cut a rug, as they used to say.
Yeah. And Carol's the best dancer I know.
Carol's best dancer in the world. I don't know why she's not here talking to us about dancing as we speak.
Yeah.
We've kept our guest waiting long enough. Keep those memories coming in of your dancing days. Love to hear them. Really love to hear them. They're great to hear. But we have a special guest live and direct all the way from Cumbria. Let's see if I can get him on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Will Harris. Good afternoon, Will. Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, what joy, what joy. He might have to flash his screen.
Oh.
There he goes, flashing his screen. See if it works.
He's let his hair down since he was.
How about now?
Now you work.
I realised I was amongst long-haired company, so it was acceptable. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. You've got lovely hair. Very nice. And a
Great
beard.
hair.
thanks.
Do you have
Got hair envy.
like someone round to do the lower bits, like curl them up?
Yeah. Just only 3 or 4 times a day, just to get it sorted.
So you're in Cumbria. That's where my dad was born. So I have connection to that, and I've known you for quite a few years online. And you came and played our club a little while ago, probably about
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago. now.
4 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And whereabouts in Cumbria are you, Will?
I'm just outside Penrith, so
Oh, right.
sort of between Penrith and Ullswater, just on the edge of the Lake District, the cheap side of the line.
Oh, is it really? I don't believe you. It's a lovely part of the world. My dad was from Cockermouth, which is often on the news for flooding, unfortunately.
Yeah, most of Cumbria is these days, sadly. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going to get better, is it, unfortunately?
No, it's not.
So what are you up to apart from coming on our show, Will?
I'm playing loads of music. I play for a music therapy charity up here, so I've been doing an awful lot of Zoom sessions recently. Finally getting back to some face-to-face sessions as well, so just playing lots of music. And then my band, My Little Brother, we've got a few festivals lined up in the next few weeks, and yeah, just playing music really.
And that's wonderful. Isn't it a gift to be able to do it, isn't it, to play music?
Oh, yeah, it really is. Really is.
And a name check for the group that you work with, the good work that you're doing there?
It's Annie Mawson's Sunbeams Music Trust.
I remember the Sunbeams.
Yeah,
Sunbeams.
Sunbeams is the important part.
Yeah, that's the bit to remember. Good on you for doing
Yeah.
that, because you've been doing that for a few years now, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been doing it 4 years now, possibly even 5 actually. It's sort of flying by. So yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Wow. Well done, you. Salute. So we've been trying to get you on the show for a while, but you've been super busy. Well, you was rather unwell for a while, unfortunately, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Hit by the dreaded sea.
Yeah, that put me out of action. I couldn't sing for quite a long time, but it's pretty much back now, thankfully.
Oh, well, I hope it is, because we're about to ask you to sing now.
I'm just making excuses before.
Making excuses. So you're going to do 3 songs for us this afternoon and 1 now. Anything you want to say, or should I just give you the screen and you say or sing?
Just that I've been watching on my phone, and I was desperately trying to think of any song of mine that might have a link to a famous dancer, and the closest link I can find is Jeanette mentioned that perhaps puddings were named after dancers. So I am hoping that somewhere down the line there's a French ballerina called Anna Profiteroles, because it's a song called Profiteroles.
I love her work.
I love it.
Very good, very good. I love her work, Anna. She's does some beautiful stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, from the band My Little Brother, it is the wonderful, we're very pleased he's with us, Will Harris. Will, I'm really sorry, my friend. Will, sorry to stop you. We can't hear you, Will. You look like you're doing great moves. We lost the sound. I don't know why. Let's see if we can get him back. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it back?
It's back now.
That's really odd. I've just had to log out and log in again, and it's working. How far did I get?
Well, I don't know because I sort of like thought, well, maybe it's just me, so I left it for a moment, and I didn't hear anything, and then I thought, hold on a minute, why can't I hear him? Checked with Tom, and we couldn't hear you.
Oh dear.
No sound in a few other people. Let's just go for it again because it's looking like you were doing some deft move.
I was doing my best. If it happens again, just wave at me. But I have no idea what's going on. I'm logged in and everything, but we shall see.
Let's do it again. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the lack of technical issues at our end. Will Harris, here he is. No, it's not working, Will. I'm going to have to stay on screen. You refresh your screen, please, Will. This has never happened before. But you know, like, yeah, I'm going to have to stay on screen. Like, what it is let's make out it's your first gig and you're a little bit nervous and you need your little Jono beside you.
Oh, definitely.
I'll stay on the screen and I'll look appreciative towards you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to stay on the screen. Don't know what's going on. Internet's wonderful. Once again, for the third time, we're going to try the wonderful Will Harris.
Have I gone again?
No, he's not. He's just moving. Tom's telling me he's not gone.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll go. Today was a tough one.
Oh, no. He's gone again. You're gone again, Will. Yeah, it's gone again. What is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry for Will. Yeah, sorry for you, Will. I don't know why it's cutting out. I'm going to bring Tom on. He's our technical whiz and see if he has any suggestions.
Yeah.
This is live and direct to the people of the UK and North Carolina.
Yeah.
What is
he's
it, Tom?
gone. So every look, he's gone again. So every time something happens, it seems to be.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, and you're back now. So it's just,
I've just been refreshing it, and it.
Yeah, it's when something seems to happen from Jono's login. I'll just give it another go.
Should we all stay on, for God's sake?
We'll
get the whole family round.
I'll start from the middle of the song.
No, go from the beginning.
Nah, go from the beginning. We love to hear it.
Yeah,
we want to hear it.
Want to hear the whole thing?
Yeah.
Today was a tough one. If truth can be told. Came around and knocked my door. I hope that's a cravat. The sight of your skin can let us begin the same old show. Today was a rough one, and I want you to know. Never before have I felt so low. The sight of you smiling, I want you to stay before you go. Darling, can you stay the night? 'Cause with you it feels alright. When it's cold outside, darling, can you stay the night? 'Cause with you it feels alright. When it's cold outside. Today was a tough one. If truth can be told. So you came around here with profiteroles. Darling, can you stay the night? 'Cause with you it feels alright. When it's cold outside, darling, can Thank you.
Oh, you got through it. Bless you, Will. That's never happened like that before. Each week comes a new thing.
Yeah.
It sounded great when we got you there.
Excellent.
Just a shame you had me and Tom on the screen with you.
Oh, not at all. We're like a boy band.
Yeah, I did wonder because my little brother are a 4-piece, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I did wonder whether sort of like you needed more band members with you on stage. So I don't know.
Always.
Actually, you don't. You can play on your own. You sound great with the band. You sound great on your own. What we'll do is for the next one, we'll have all 4 of us on screen and see if that works.
Okay.
Because we want to hear more. I love you singing. Loved your music for a long time now, and you deserve a good stage. We're just a tiny little stage, and a half-working one. But maybe we'll do a couple of little bits, and then we'll come back to you in a moment or two. All right,
Okay.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for your patience.
Not at all.
Will Harris. Let's find Jeanette Lyons. Where's she gone? I didn't want to bring her on. Sorry, Jeanette. I didn't want to bring you on any sound goes. So you on the sidelines eating things, Jeanette.
I was eating a roll. My sister went out this morning, but before she went to work, she made me a ham and cucumber roll.
Can't hear you.
Not profiteroles.
Don't trust you, Tom Hardy.
That's fair enough.
Cheeky. He was great anyway. I really liked Will. I loved his singing. I was quite happy just sitting here being an audience. Really good. What a strong voice he's got as well.
Oh,
Lovely.
yeah. Has to lean right back, doesn't he?
I think, was he playing piano?
Playing piano. He leans back and he does his neck exercises like that.
Ah, yeah. Can you ask him when he's next on, or if he's listening, what festivals is he playing at, and any down south? It would be nice to go and see him live.
Absolutely. Him and his band are a treat live, so I'm sure we can talk to him about that. Let's see what people are saying. Steve said, "This is so weird. Try guitar." And then the sound come on. Karen says, "Love the song. Thank you." I don't know if Will can hear this in the under green room. Clap, clap, clap from Steve. Don't forget it's Friday the 13th. You might have something
of course.
there, Karen. It's Friday the 13th. Maybe that's why we couldn't hear Will. Will, if you're listening, Carol said she loved the song. Excellent song, says John. Jenny says success and applause. And Kim says that was brilliant, Will. So glad we was able to hear you this time. He'll be back with more. He's brilliant. I love what he does. I love what his band does. I'll be fawning over him lots more in the time coming up. But right now, we have a video. Our roving reporter, Jeanette Lyons, she went out and about to Norfolk for I'll play you the jingle, some interesting facts. Some interesting facts about you, what you've done in your life. Some interesting facts about you, the places you've been, the people you've seen.
I'm a bit embarrassed about this one because I was so fangirl. I'm really excited.
So you went off to the darkest, deepest Norfolk, and you did an interview with a gentleman often going by the name of Skinny Boy Tunes, but we're going to say today he's also AKA Piers Hunt. And you did a little interview with him, and he also played a little bit of piano too.
He did, yeah, just to make me go, "Oh, you're wonderful."
Well, let's bring him off on the screen. Take us off. Introduce Skinny Boy Tunes with our roving reporter Jeanette Lyons.
Hello, Warm and Toasty Club. This is your roving reporter, Jeanette Lyons here, reporting from North Norfolk, and I'm very pleased to have somebody with me today that I'm going to ask some questions to. It's Skinny Boy Tunes.
Hello there.
Hello. So, Skinny Boy, can I ask you 3 questions?
Please do.
Can you tell me 3 things that are interesting about you? So it's not 3 questions, it's 1 question, but 3 answers, please.
Okay, So my real name is Piers Hunt. I'm a musician and producer, and I release under the name of Skinny Boy Tunes. I have a son who's also getting into music, and when I was 18 I used to have purple hands.
Why did you have purple hands?
Well, I come from Norfolk, which is quite a rural area and obviously very agricultural, and I used to work on a blackcurrant farm as a student. So basically that would mean you'd be on the back of a machine for 12 hours a day, carrying very rough-hewn wooden boxes.
Right.
You'd get splinters from the wooden boxes, and the blackcurrant juice would go into your hands. You end up with purple hands for a good 3 weeks after the harvest.
Like a tattoo.
Like a tattoo, temporary. So purple hands when I was 18.
Oh, well, that's lovely. I've lost track. How many things is that are interesting about you, or is that just one in general?
I believe that's possibly 3.
Or 4, maybe.
Or possibly 4.
Okay, then one last question.
Yes.
You've been participating in our show as an audience member several times, I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
What is it you like about the Warm and Toasty Club and what we do?
I think the thing that strikes me most about the Warm and Toasty Club is it feels like quite a nice family get-together, whereby everyone shares ideas and comments, and it brings people together from the community, and maybe people who maybe can't get in contact with each other quite so easily, specifically over the rough 18 months we've all had. I think it's a very lovely way of just sharing and coming together and just sharing ideas and thoughts and feelings, and just showing that there are people out there that are there to look after each other and take an interest in each other. And I think it's a wonderful thing you do, and long may it last for.
Well, yes, I mean, we call it memory afternoons, and we're creating new memories all the time, but it's nice to hear some of your old memories.
Thank you very much.
And so thank you very much, Piers Hunt, Skinny Boy Tunes.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you all very soon.
Bye for now.
Do you want to play us out?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Skinny Boy Tunes. That was a lovely interview, Jeanette. Let me get you back on and find Tom too. Here they come. Walking down the
It made me so nervous. I was kind of waffling on a bit. I just had kind of nerves and stuff. Fangirl. I saw his band play at the festival I was at the weekend, and oh my goodness, they're so good, really good. He's in a band called the Lucy Grubb Band, and seeing him on stage, you know, amongst his other, the 6 of them in the band altogether, and oh, he's such a good piano player, really good.
Yeah, I love it.
I
On
got to
a
interview him.
yeah, love to see it here in place, like with Will as well on an upright piano. It's nice.
Yeah, really good.
Hi to you, Skinny Boy Tunes, aka Piers. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good week. Thanks for giving us that little interview. I shared their Bandcamp page, which is there, skinnyboytunes.bandcamp.com. You can hear their music. They make lots of different music. It's all very nice.
You said earlier about Steve Brady having an American radio show. I noticed on Skinny Boy Tunes Facebook page yesterday that he's been getting quite a lot of radio play in the UK, but he's getting some in America as well, which I think is great.
Good to hear. Yeah,
Big
it's
up,
nice.
Skinny Boy Tunes.
Yeah, big up Skinny Boy Tunes. Thanks for doing that, Jeanette. That was lovely. And the little beginning and end with the piano worked so well. Yeah, really nice. Hi, Rosanna. She says, hi, everyone. Just arrived. So many problems online today. Tell us about it. Tell us about it. Tell us all your crazy dreams. But glad you're on now. Hi, Sandra. She's got on. Yes. Kim says, lovely interview, Jeanette. Love the tunes he played. Karen says, great interview. Thank you. Wish I could play the piano. Ah. Next thing you're going to learn, maybe, Karen. Who knows? Yeah, very nice. Let's have a look at the list. Let's have kitchen utensil of the week. Kitchen utensil. It's driving me mental as I wonder how to vote. Kitchen utensil of the week.
Oh no, I've got so melancholy now. Oh,
Oh, knife,
brought me
fork,
down.
spoon.
I'm so down now.
Skinny Boy Tunes has come on. He says, hi there. Many thanks for having me on. Stay safe and happy something, everyone. And happy, everyone. That's nice. Thank you very much. That's good to hear from you. Jenny Lithgow says, I love the piano and interview. We did too. So, kitchen utensils of the week. We've got two for you. First up, spatula. You know it, a spatula. Do you have a spatula in your life, everybody? Yes, you do. A spatula is a broad, flat, flexible blade used to mix, spread, and lift material, including foods, drugs, plaster, and paints. What are we doing with drugs and plaster and paints? This is a food week. The word spatula derives from the Latin word for a flat piece of wood or splint, a diminutive form of the Latin spunga. Spunga, meaning broadsword. Where you got your spunga, love? And hence can also refer to a tongue depressor. Oh yeah, we use tongue depressors, spatulas around here all the time. It's been used in English since 1525. The spunga. Get your spunga out, love. Oh, damn me tongue until the court talk very well. Sorry, that was rude. Some believe the first spatula was invented in the late 1700s, although the word's been used in English in 1525, as some of the first fly swatters then adapted to use as a food flipper. I mean, you need this stuff in your life, don't you? Most historians believe it was invented in the mid-1800s, but after that, the facts get sticky because they didn't use the dishwasher to get the sticky parts off. That's our first. Jeanette, are you a spatula type person?
Yes, but not a metal one because I have non-stick pans. So mine are either plastic or wooden. But
I mean, do you sometimes have a metal hand or a plastic base, or is it all plastic?
All plastic or all wood. Although, is it also called a spatula, one of those things that you use for scraping the cake mix out of a bowl? Is that also a spatula?
It's
a bendy silicon?
Yeah, the bendy silicon, I would say. When I put in
I definitely use them. I love to make a cake.
Have you ever sort of left it? You've cooked an egg or something, you left it on the side, it's the plastic, and it just leaves a nice little plastic dent in it.
A little groove in the handle.
Groove,
yeah, I think some of the stuff we've got here has probably got little grooves in.
And then you're like,
can't say it was me.
What's that smell? You smell plastic burning. Oh, yeah. Are you a spatula man, Tom, or do you use some sort of more traditional medieval garment to furnish your eggs and flips?
Well, I'm going to be a bit controversial here.
Yes, please do.
I think that's a fish slice and not a spatula.
I've got a fish slice and it looks the same but longer. The bit with the holes in are longer. I can go in.
These are my ones. I thought I better take some of my own ones. They're a bit warm.
Wash them once or twice.
We did do the wallpaper.
Is that when you were working at your fish and chip bar?
Yeah. Well, you could do chop, sort of like Chinese chop up loads.
Or is that
stuff.
sushi?
You could do eggs and pork chops, and do the wallpaper scrapings with them ones. Or the other hand.
Did you ever see the episode of The Royal Family with the guy who was stripping wallpaper with a spatula? Dancing to Mambo Number 5.
Yeah, a little bit of that. So yeah, that's not a spatula I showed, Tom.
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, I sort of think the spatula is a long one. See, your Jeanette, I think, is wrong. I think that is a spatula. whereas the fish slice is the small one.
Oh, I thought fish was a longer one because you've got to get the whole fish on it.
Well, no, because
Or
that's the
most of the
spatula,
fish.
isn't it? That's the
I
long
don't know.
spatula.
Ooh.
I
I
don't
do
know.
have a big choice in the kitchen, but
Yeah,
I feel I
it's
should
all
go and
too-
get them, bring them in, and we'll discuss them in depth.
Yeah,
Maybe we
it's
should
all
wait
too
till after the show.
boring,
Keep
isn't
it
it?
interesting.
It's all very boring. Let's go on. I prefer.
No,
the-
you're right. It needs to be technical, but the first one is a spatula, or however it looks.
Yes, I know.
And the
Um,
second one, sorry,
quite-
go on, Tom.
Yeah, I quite like the wooden spatula, and in fact, I've made a few of my own as well.
Have you?
What,
I
your
have.
own spatulas?
Yes.
Whoa, check him out. I know you're a wood carver, aren't you?
So-
On the quiet.
Do you whittle?
No. Carve. I don't whittle.
What's the difference between whittling and carving?
Well, it's just like you go on a bit too long, don't you? Whittling.
I've been in them sort of parties too. Karen says, I think Tom's right. I was told that too. It's blooming ruined the whole afternoon for me. I won't lie to you. I'm going to move straight on to that's
Well,
the
you're-
spatula.
You're
Going-
using paint scrapers, aren't you? And-
I am.
yeah.
Well, all right. I'll give you the second one. Here's my one. The second one are tongs.
Well, I've got those.
Now, that's what I use for my salad, but I'll give it for the modern people because they won't understand these archaic instruments.
Are they
Tongs.
tongs or calipers?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew it'd be a bad week. Think on, they said, John. Think on, but I didn't. Tongs are a type of tool or kitchen utensil used to grip and lift objects instead of holding them directly with your hands. There are many forms of tongs, peat tongs, adapted for the specific use. Tongs for grilling, tongs for serving salad or spaghetti are kitchen utensils of the same type. They provide a way to move, rotate, and turn food with delicate precision, or fetch a full serving in one grab. That's a bit like me. Asparagus tongs for serving were introduced in the 18th century in England, and a myth contained in the classical Jewish text Pirkei Avot states that the first pair of tongs were created by God right before God rested on the seventh day. The reasoning is that a blacksmith must use a pair of tongs in order to fashion a new pair of tongs. Accordingly, God must have provided humankind with the first pair of tongs. And actually, I have those very tongs that I use still at home now, though they won't come on the screen now. Oh, my pictures stopped coming on. That's a first. No,
It is Friday the 13th.
it is Friday the 13th. I don't know why. Even the pictures are not having it today.
We've got some tongs like that with where those ones are red. With the small ones have got blue bits of plastic on, and the big ones have got black. And I never use them, but Lorraine does. I did used to have some ones that were just completely metal, and I'd never really used them for cooking. But I did used to use them when Neve was little and she'd be getting her coat on to go to school or nursery or whatever. And of course, kids don't know that whole thing about, holding their cuff to put their hand through their coat.
Mm.
And so she'd put her arms in and her sleeves of her jumper or whatever would go right up. So I used to get the tongs and we'd make a big game of putting the tongs up her sleeve and grabbing a jumper and pulling them back down again. And that's the only thing that tongs were used for in this house.
That's nice. I'm sort of like slightly worried. I'm looking really happy, but being slightly worried that we won't be able to get Will back on in a minute or two.
Oh, that we just
Oh,
you'll
I
have to
can't
play
add
music
anything.
with tongs.
Yeah, no, it's not working at all. Don't know why that is. I bought a pair of tongs recently, and I wrote a review on eBay, and I wasn't sure if it was right to do so because I bought them. They were for picking up snails in the garden. Well, I kept getting these snails in the garden. Look, what happened now? I didn't even touch anything. That just come on the screen.
What
So
did?
The tongs, are they on your screen?
They've been on there all the time.
Thumb's got to pop off.
John, I've just got the door.
Yeah, you go on ahead, mate.
The tongs have been there all the time since you've been talking about them. Just the red ones.
Wow, they were not
Uh,
showing. It's Friday the 13th.
If you can't get Will back on, you could maybe take one of us off and put Will back
Yeah,
on.
I'm sure we will. I'm going to try it in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
bought a
haven't
pair
had any votes yet, though, either. I just
No,
wanted
so
to
get your
mention that.
votes in. Do you prefer spatula or tongs, whether you use them for food or picking up snails in the garden? It's
Or
all good.
sleeves out of jumper.
Or sleeves out of young children's coats. That is your choice for kitchen utensils. Spatula versus tongs. If I take that off, will that work? No. If I took Tom off, would that work? No. Is Tom still on there?
Like this.
What is going on Friday the 13th?
So it's just the me, you, Tom's room. And
Me, you, and tongs.
Not spatula, tongs. Tom's tongs.
Oh, what is happening? You know what? I'm gonna have. If I refresh, it might end the broadcast. It might not.
It will, yeah.
Oh God, choices. What if I
What do we
take me off? I try and take me off. Da, 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 da.
I like the tapping noise that you're doing. So it sounds like you're typing. You're very efficient.
I'm just trying to make it go. Even if I can remove the tongs.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you
So I've removed the tongs.
No, they're still there.
No, I mean I've literally taken them away so they don't exist anymore.
Well, they're still on the screen.
This is the fun of the fair on a Friday afternoon. What are we gonna do? I can't get anyone back. What should I do? And Tom's answering the door, and he's our technical man to give me special technical.
Don't worry, I've got this. I'm right technical, me.
Yeah, you go for it.
Well, if we were to reboot, we would lose all our watchers. And do you know what? The votes are coming in fast and furious now, so we don't need to lose. Yeah, they are. I'm looking at that.
Something's wrong.
I've got 4 screens on the go. So
I can't see them. What do you vote?
Right. So
what do you vote? Should we refresh? I'm not going to reboot yet. Should I refresh? And you might still come back on, and we might not lose the broadcast. If that doesn't work, I could then reboot, but then that would mean starting everyone again. What do you think? And you'd have to tell me if people reply. Any of our lovely members of the public, what do you think? Should I just refresh the page so that we can get Will back on? Or should I do something more drastic? Dun, dun, dun.
Don't do drastic yet.
Don't do drastic
if
yet.
We've got a chance of not
losing it. Not during dress.
But we might lose it. So
I lost it years ago.
What if we can't take us off, Jono? What if it's us,
evermore,
you here forever? We now own the internet. We'll be taking rockets up to space before we know it.
I know. Funny enough, there was somebody talking about it earlier, and it reminds me of the IT Crowd. There was an episode of the comedy, Channel 4 comedy, where they thought the internet was broken, and it was like they had this little box, and this is the internet, and then they thought they'd broken it, and it was it was funny at the time, I suppose.
I like that Will is offering to help here. He's made a comment. Would me refreshing help?
Well, you can try all you like.
So.
We'll go for it and see what happens. Thanks for
thinking. The tongs with you, Will.
We don't normally have these problems, so it may be a problem at my end only. I'm going to refresh. Is there any comments from our friends online there, Jeanette? Can you see?
Right, yes, I can read this out.
Yeah.
Chrissy says she uses both, but use spatula more, so vote spatula. Karen Wyatt says spatula. Sandra Collins, spatula. Steve Brady, spatula. Yes. Kim Saunders, spatula. Jenny Lithgow, I use tongs most. I like Jenny's. She's not afraid to stand alone on this, is she?
No.
KGB says spatula.
It's a route.
He also says gremlins. I don't know whether he cooks gremlins with his spatula. Maybe that's it. I'm having lunch with him tomorrow. He might cook me. He might cook me gremlins. So then Will says, I reckon spatula, although it's hard to argue against divine tongs. And then Will said, would me refreshing help? So
no tips on refreshing. Right, I'm going to refresh. Here we go. Let's see what happens when I just press this button. Give it a couple of seconds. Fingers crossed. Reload.
Excellent. I've got you all to myself, everyone. Just how I like it. Right, where's my guitar?
Well,
he's back
on, and I can get rid of
and you've done it.
Oh, hey. Let's see if I can find Will if he's still there. Oh, I can't see him now. He's not there. Will, refresh your page. Refresh your
refreshed him out of it.
page. And I can see the comments again. Oh,
Yay.
let's bring him forth. You might have to refresh again. This is really weird, Will. Yep, you refresh your page, sir, please. You don't get this on the ITN news, do you, at 10 o'clock?
How about now?
Now
Oh,
you
nice and
beautiful,
loud,
we
yeah.
can hear you lovely.
Wonderful.
Don't know what's going on. Real gremlins in the work. 69 episodes, and we've never had sort of that happen before. So
It is Friday the 13th, though, isn't it?
It is. Let's put it down to that.
Yeah.
So tell us, Will, while you're on the screen, you had an album out, I believe it was in October, it came out, called Hail.
Yeah.
And tell us the news about, you're a band from Cumbria, you're sort of getting national and international airplay. You've done a lot of things, you played a lot of festivals, you headlined Kendal Calling Festival and others.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're with, is it an American record label you signed to?
It is, yeah. Yeah. We again, like yourself, we've had a lot of support from America, including from Steve, actually. So thank you, Steve. And we ended up playing at the International Pop Overthrow Festival at the Cavern in Liverpool. And the band who were on, I forget, before or after us, similar time to us, the Armoires from LA. And we fell in love with their music and with them, to be honest. They're just lovely. And they did with us. And we've been in touch ever since. And then they've gone on to set up Big Stir Records in LA. And apparently they've been very keen to put out anything that we released. And they've put out loads of really good music. And we just ended up being signed by them, which is fantastic.
What a lovely story. And were they British and went to America, or they were American and were over in Britain?
They're American and they were over here.
I thought they were, because I've watched one or two of their streams during lockdown.
Yeah. They're from over there, and they were over playing in Liverpool and some other dates. And then I think a couple of years after we met then, I did a gig with them in Edinburgh, and we've just kept in touch. And as soon as they found out we had an album out, they just said, right, we want to be involved. And it's been amazing.
That's really a lovely story, and it just says right place, right time, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Because you can be the greatest sort of like band in the world, but if nobody hears you, or if nobody's aware of you, or few people are aware of you, it doesn't really matter. A big part of it is getting yourself out there, and good on you for doing so.
Thank you.
Steve Brady says, oh, sorry, Jeanette. I was just going to say, Steve Brady says, excellent news. Big Stir Records is cool.
I agree.
Jeanette, yes. Jeanette, what was you saying?
I wanted to ask if you're playing any gigs down south anytime soon, because I would very much like to come and watch your band.
We don't have anything booked yet, because we booked loads over the past couple of years that has all been cancelled. So we've just sort of stopped booking things, but we will. We've got a couple of festivals just up around here, but we're going to start booking again next year.
So what you got coming up locally then, Will?
We're on at Soulfest, which is a really nice festival, and we're on the main stage there, which is very exciting because we never have before. And then we've got a festival, FYA Festival in Lancaster, which is it's a brewery down there, so it's bound to be fun.
That sounds wonderful. Jenny says Cockermouth is a lovely place. Well, my dad tells me it is. That's where he was from. And my brother went up there, not recent years, but I've been meaning to go up there, and it's just something I'd love to do. I've got to have a bit of back surgery or back replacement, and then I'm going to go. I'd love to go there, and I'd love to pop in and have a cup of tea with Will, because I've liked your music. Gosh, I don't know how many years I've liked your music. It's probably 6 years, maybe. I don't know. Since
it might be even more than that. It was since our first song was released, because it was you who picked it up.
Yeah. Well, the sort of helping out at Fresh on the Net was was just, it just stuck out. It stuck out a mile. It just sounded gorgeous. And the thing I like about your music is I like your voice and I like your talent as a musician, and that of the band. Dan and the rest of the band are great, and not to lessen their impact, because it's really important. But your way with a melody, I do love warm and inviting melodies, and you've just got a unique way with your melodies, and the way they dance around just so beautifully, you know. I do recall a friend of the club, Jeff, who's someone we've done an interview with before, a gentleman in his 80s who lives with his lovely wife Peggy in Penny, sorry, wrong am I, Penny in Brightlingsea, and he did a cover of your song, and he used to play it on the washboard and on the ukulele of your song. Here's a song about Amsterdam, which was on the debut album. But yeah, I've always thought you're great, and perhaps I should shut up and just let you do your thing, which means that me and Jeanette at the moment will keep with you on the screen to make it work, and we can encourage you from your right side.
Wonderful. And if it goes wrong, just wave like mad and I'll stop. And
okay, let's go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to do one from the new album. This is a bit of a sadder song, but then I am actually inspired by Jeff. I'm going to sing Song About Amsterdam. And I haven't sung it for about 3 years, because we don't often do it anymore. But yeah, having seen Jeff do a far better version than me, I have to say, I felt that I should give it a go. But anyway, this is a song called The Time of Our Lives off the new album. Which, sorry, I started, but I realized later that it's remarkably similar to a song title of yours, Jono, but it's pure coincidence, I promise.
Oh, of course, of course.
Can I meet you back at home? 'Cause I feel a million miles away. And I hope you're still alone, and you've got some hours to while away. Can we say that we're okay? I meet you back at home, 'cause we've got some stuff to talk about, and it's time we talked it all over. All the things that we can't live without, because we say that we're okay 100 times an hour, every day, but not today. 'Cause the time of our lives wasn't the thing we dreamt of yesterday. The sun in our eyes caught up with everything we'll never say. So can I meet you back at home? We say that we're okay 100 times an hour, every day, but not today. 'Cause the time of our lives wasn't the thing we dreamt of yesterday. The sun in our eyes caught up with everything we'll never say. The time of our lives wasn't the thing we dreamt of yesterday. The sun in our eyes caught up with everything you'll never say. Oh.
fabulous.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant.
Lovely song, Will.
Oh, thank you.
You really are a really good songwriter, my friend.
Thanks very much.
Is that one of your own ones that you've written?
Yeah, it is. They all are today.
Oh, right. Well, it's there where you find the magic. There was parts of it where it's sort of like quite emotional, where you hit some of those double chords, just really lovely. And that's on, and people want to find that. I put up the link of the Facebook link because a lot of bands, they don't really use websites so much now, do they? I mean, it's Facebook or Bandcamp or Instagram.
Yeah, we tend to use the Bandcamp and Facebook. We're actually having a website being built, but it's not up yet. So
Okay, I'll put up the Bandcamp on the next.
that'd be great.
one.
Thank you.
I did it on the last one as well, I think, but I'll do it on the next one. That is a fabulous song, really emotional and just beautiful. You know, you just got a great way with melody, a great way with words, and you've got a great beard also, good hair. You know, you got the lot really, and a voice to match.
Very kind. Thank you.
I'm going to ask you just to hang around because people usually comment, and I'll just make a few comments that people said. Jenny says, I never thought of picking up slugs with tongs. Good idea. You learn something new every day. In the olden days, I used wooden tongs for lifting the laundry out of the washing machine. Yes, I remember that. Sandra also says, I used to use wooden tongs for getting washing from the machine. My mum had a top loader machine for a while. And she used to have they were like tongs, but they were more flat. They were wooden. And we used to help her put it out into the other side where it spun. And when it spun, me and my brother had to sit on it because otherwise it would dance around the floor. That was before they put good weights in them. Sandra says, great, after listening to Will. Christine says, enjoyed that. Karen says, oh, love that song. Thank you. Some new fans coming up. Will's, enjoying your music. Keith said, fantastic. Kim says, brilliant, Will. Great song. There's even kisses involved in some of these comments, but I won't go into that, Will. An applause from Jenny. Yes, Will Harris. So pleased he's on our show. I love this man. I love him. I think we could both get together and we could be in a Stephen Toast tribute act. Father! Well, more you because you've got better looking than me, but I could do me up like what's his rival? Ray Purchase. Sorry for people that don't know what I'm going on. Channel 4 comedies late at night. Jeanette's
I think a musical version could work quite well.
Yeah, well, he's quite musical as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He does his own music.
He does.
What's his name? Matt
Berry.
Matt Berry, thank you. So with the risk of my keyboard's in the air. I'm going to take you off and have you come back in a short while after Jeanette's poem. Thanks again, Will. Let's hope this works. Let's hide him for a minute. See you in a sec. Try and find Tom in a minute. He's gone walking around. No, he's there. I'll bring you back in a minute because I'm scared. I'm scared on Friday the 13th, Jeanette. Before we do the poem, let us find out. Kitchen utensil of the week. I was coming to it. I was getting in a roundabout way. Oh, I've gone all red today.
I thought you'd start me off on a poem, and I wasn't ready for the poem yet.
You're not done the bullshit.
I didn't want to do that anymore. I feel too bossy.
I can bring Tom back on. It should work. Let's see. I think I know where this is going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what your votes were for kitchen utensil of the week.
Jeanette. And we have a very clear winner, which you would expect. Yes.
It is, of course, the spatula. The spatula, whether sort of allowed to have it like that or like that. Like the ones they use in kebab shops and that to get all their onions overthrown. I was a bit
worried about Tom being at his front door for so long. What happened? Did you have to fit the door, Tom? Or was it someone just knocking on it? And did you get kidnapped for a short while there? You were gone ages.
I've been here all the time.
Yeah.
I've just been listening to you chat.
Oh.
I didn't want, while Will was on, I didn't want to bring Tom in and it all goes
cut him off.
Well, exactly. I mean, you know.
Friday the 13th.
I understood. I'm hurt by it, but I understood.
Well done to
I missed
Spatula.
you. That's all.
We
Yeah, I
missed.
missed you too.
Yeah. I know. He was bereft. He was totally bereft.
Bereft, indeed.
It's not
I'll
been the
just-
smoothest show, and I feel bad that Will's come on, and we're like, we're normally like a bit like a car crash, but this has been a bad car crash today, isn't it?
Friday the 13th, though. It's
Yeah.
just
Speak for
allowed.
yourself, John. Speak for yourself, love.
was
But
just
do
sort
you know what? We've actually had a show today. It went out there. We haven't been cut off yet, and
Yeah.
you know that we've had weeks that's been a lot worse than this. We've done all right.
Yeah. What was you going to
Done
say,
fine.
Tom?
Well, I was thinking about the spatula and the tongs.
Mm.
Are two spatulas put together a tong?
That could be.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe that's where they got the tongs from. Just two spatulas.
See? Two spatulas together,
Tong to tong, tong, tong. Yeah, it could be.
talking in tongues now.
Yeah, speaking in tongues. I don't know, but Spatula have won it. But what I do know, or what I'd like to know, is what else would you like on Kitchen Utensil of the Week? Do you want us to come back? Do you want to bring it back? Do you want to expand it into mixers? Do you want to go pot against pan? Pot and pan, that could be a good one. Knife or fork? You know, eat your yogurt with your knife. Kids at the table, I told you, eat your yogurt with your knife. What do you
Having
want?
just been camping and
Yeah.
having my camping little collection of crockery and things, the things I had to take from the kitchen that I didn't have in my camping box are a very sharp paring knife. That's just going to be useful all the time camping, and a corkscrew and a potato peeler. And going back to last week's show, which I did have a little catch up on, I have a Y peeler. And it's completely made of metal, and it's the best present Neve, my daughter, has ever bought me, and she knows it. She knows it's one of the best presents I've ever had, ever. It's
Well
so
done, Neve.
useful, and it's big and heavy, and you know you need a kitchen implement that stays in your hand. You know, that's it. Sturdy kitchen implement, not just a rolling pin.
There we have it from the horse's mouth.
Oh, rolling pin.
Rolling pin against what?
Rolling pin against what, Tom?
Yeah, rolling pin against what? What would you have against the rolling pin?
Against a rolling pin. Chopping
A
board.
pasta maker. What do people have?
Pasta maker.
Is that a bit middle class?
I've got a
very
pasta.
middle
Yeah,
class.
I've got a pasta maker.
Yeah, you'd have of course, of any of us, you're the one with the pasta.
I didn't know I knew somebody that had a pasta maker. That's really. I think I can move up a few econs on the social ladder now.
I've got a hand blender or food processor.
Oh, you're going on to electronic.
Electronic.
Well, yeah, because I haven't got room for a food processor, so I have a hand blender, and it's lovely, and I call it Blender Jackson.
Not
That's
bad.
his name.
It's not
No, that's
bad.
what I call it.
So
If you-
hand blender against a whisk.
And blender
Oh
with
yeah, whisk. Yeah, because a hand blender, I'm not sure it gets that much air in things, whereas sometimes you can only have a whisk.
I don't know, hand blender. Have many people got a hand blender? Where's my pen?
Most people I'd have thought. I bet Tom has. He's probably got all kinds.
I've got a
Hand blender, food processor, everything.
No, I don't
Right,
have a
these
food
down.
processor.
I think
What about
after
smoothie maker?
Oh, have you got a smoothie maker, Tom?
No.
No.
Oh, well, let me ask you one. If you were going to go pot or pan, would you be able to choose?
Is that like a saucepan and a frying pan?
Well,
What is
frying
what?
pan is a pan. Saucepan is no. That's
Is a pan as well?
Look
A pot
Let's move
has
straight on.
handles both sides, not
Oh,
just a long handle like a
at the
saucepan.
time; it's 2:30 already. Let's
Oh, I've
get your suggestions in. It's poem of the week.
It's poem of the week. It's sometimes short and sweet.
Oh, I could spin it.
It's poem of the week. And it's always magnifique.
Well, this week's poem it's from one of my favourite books, 100 Poems on the Underground, and I've gone a bit cultural. It's a Dylan Thomas poem, so it's not that rhymey, which I usually do, but I quite liked this. It's called "In My Craft or Sullen Art." In my craft or sullen art, exercised in the still night, when only the moon rages and the lovers lie abed. With all their griefs in their arms, I labour by singing light, not for ambition or bread, or the strut and trade of charms on the ivory stages, but for the common wages of their most secret heart. Not for the proud man apart, from the raging moon I write on these spindrift pages, nor for the towering dead with their nightingales and psalms, but for the lovers, their arms, round the griefs of the ages, who pay no praise or wages, nor heed my craft or art. That was In My Craft or Sullen Art by Dylan Thomas.
Thank you, Jeanette. That was lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm sure people are going to be saying nice things about it. I'm going to just move on quickly because I've realised with all of our whittling, how do you say it? Whittling on. We need to get Will back. Let's see if we can find Will. And there will be lovely comments about Jeanette's poem of the week. Refresh,
Oh.
Will. I'm going refresh. Yes.
Yeah.
How's that?
Hey.
That's lovely.
Brilliant.
We've gone past our normal time. Apologies to people, but it's Friday the 13th. Things happen. No, Will. It's great having you on the show. Are you gonna have a go at a song that you haven't tried for 3 years?
I am, but it is essentially a nursery rhyme, so I should just about manage.
We're going to stay on the screen and let you do your thing, but we're so pleased you're with us. Thank you very much. I'll put up the link to Will's band. They're called My Little Brother. If you haven't heard of them, do check them out. They make lovely music. And Will's going to sing us a song now. Will Harris from Cumbria, song for Amsterdam or from Amsterdam?
About Amsterdam.
About Amsterdam. There we go. Song about Amsterdam. Will Harris, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick, Mum, it's the ice cream fad.
Oh, Friday the 13th. I'm so sorry, Will. It's absolute disaster today. It's an old jingle from ages ago. I'm so sorry, Will. Right, ladies and gentlemen, live and direct from Cumbria. Oh my days. It's Will Harris.
He won't be able to sing now. Look.
Yeah, you made him laugh too much.
Deep breaths. Wow, that's a new one. Thank you so much for having me. It's been brilliant. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song about Rome. Here's a song about smiling when we wake and enter home. Here's a song about Portugal. Here's a song about Spain. Here's a song about dancing in our t-shirts in the rain. Here's a song about bicycles. Here's a song about cars. Here's a song about driving out at night to see the stars. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Malmo. Here's a song about let's do all this stuff before we go. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Carlisle. Here's a song about getting through your weekdays with a smile. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Glasgow. Here's a song about let's do all this stuff before we go. want to go where you don't go. Get thrown in at the deep end. I want to fill my weekends. I want to know what you don't know. I want to play with matches. I want to take my chances. I want to go where you don't go. Get thrown in at the deep end. I want to fill my weekends. I want to know what you don't know. La da 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 da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da da, la da da da, la da da da. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Malmo. Here's a song about let's do all this stuff before we go.
Hey.
Gosh, that was fantastic. I absolutely loved everything about that song.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. I can see why it would be covered.
Yeah, and not playing it for 3 years. That was brilliant, Will.
Wow.
Really, really good. Takes me back listening to that song. I'm gonna have to go and play that later on. Get the album. What was it? What was the name of the album? That one?
That song, If We Never Came Down.
If We Never Came Down. Great album.
that down.
Another one to check out. My little brother, Will Harris. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're running over time, so we're going to get off and do our out credits. Thanks for persevering with us, Will. We'll have to get you back and talk more and hear more because I think people want to hear it. Let me just throw some comments at you. Steve Brady, our old friend from Australia, says Fab Tune brings to mind Dear Vim.
Australia.
Did I say Australia?
Australia next to America.
Oh, see, Friday the 13th. Done my brain in, isn't it? Done my brain in. In North Carolina in America, our old friend Steve Brady. Sorry, Steve. Yeah, Dear Wim, as we called him, was my old producer, late great. Lovely jolly song, says Kim. Karen says, great song, great lyrics. I'm moving to the beat. Amsterdam is cool. Keith says, fun. And Ken says, nice, cheerful song. Thank you, Will. Thanks for being with us. I'm going to get us all off in a minute and slowly, surely put our outros on and get out of your way. Let you get on with your Fridays. Thanks all for being with us. To Will, to Tom, and to Jeanette and me, Jono, we wish you a good week and we'll see you again. Hopefully, it won't be Friday the 13th next week and it'll all be fine. And we'll see you next Friday at 1 with more fun and frivolities. Cheers, Will. I'm going to take you off just so I can fit the credits on the screen. Thanks, mate. We'll talk offline or online later and wish you well and good luck with those gigs and good luck with the album and everything you do with My Little Brother.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. That's the lovely Will Harris. Jeanette and Tom, well, goodbye. We better say goodbye.
I think I might be at a festival again next week. So apologies in advance.
What do you like?
The next 2 weeks I'm at festivals.
Outrageous behaviour.
If I can get in, if I can log in a little bit, I will try.
I'm sure you will. But we've got some recordings. I'll talk to you about them in a minute or two. Thanks, Tom.
Cheers.
Hope your doors go well. We'll see you next week, everyone. And we'll wish you a good one. Thanks for being with us today, by the way, and enjoying our madness of Friday the 13th. Bye. See you next week, 1 o'clock.
We've all got a tale to tell. Times were not always so, but putting it all aside, we made it through by and by. It's warm and toasty in here. Share our laughter, sometimes tears. You'll be welcome with a cup of tea and a biscuit, maybe 2 or 3. Wrapped in a little white cloth, cooking for hours in the old iron pot. was a jam roly-poly for tea. Enough for you and Dad and Grandma and me. What did we like the most? Fish paste sandwich or peas on toast. Nothing could come close to bubble and squeak the day after our son